We did a webinar on this topic a few months ago with 314E, and one of the CIOs mentioned this, talked about a situation where one of their vendors, there was a change to the software. Apparently, they either missed it or the vendor did not think it was a big enough deal to let the customer know. And it turned out it was a fairly big deal to the users, which made the CIO fairly unpopular for a short period of time. For, where is this thing all of a sudden that I used to do this way? Is that an issue that you've seen come up, and how do you navigate that?
It is on occasion. I'll tell you that there is a disconnect, I think, between folks who build the software and those who use the software. And I think because of that, that's where, informaticists swim, right? They're able to kind of connect the pieces on this. And I agree with what Donna said and what Ryan said around kind of going to them first to understand how effectively it's happened. But I've seen scenarios where things that seemingly were small ended up being big deals. And I think it's primarily because I'll take docs, for example. Docs, you're caring for a patient. You're there in front, it's just you and the patient trying to figure this whole thing out. And all of a sudden, the thing that you're familiar with, that you latched onto, you felt some trust for, is gone. Right. And you're kind of floating there and the patient's looking at you and can see that you're like trying to figure things out. You don't quite have it all sorted out. And you're trying to portray some level of confidence in your competence as a provider. And at the same time, you can't even figure out this user interface because it's changed. It's a very discombobulating situation for a provider to find themselves in. And so it's really our duty to get ahead of that and to make sure that we've made every effort to inform them about how their workflow specifically will change so they don't find themselves in that circumstance.